Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode number 11 of the Chris Rose Rotation here in conjunction with Jomboy Media. And our lone position player is back around. It is Miguel Rojas of the Miami Marlins sporting his Jomboy jersey. Way to go, company man today.
Let's do it. Really good to see you again, Chris. Excited about this second episode. A little bit more comfortable today than the first time for sure, but excited to talk to you about.
What do you mean more comfortable? People loved you. They were like, I didn't know enough about Miguel Rojas, and all the comments that were shooting up on our YouTube baseball media channel. They were like, this guy is great. They say you hit it out of the park your first time, my man.
Yeah, I know, but I can't lie to the people, like I wasn't 100%, like fully confident. I was kind of nervous first time doing a podcast like this big. And I really enjoy it. You make it feel that I'm home, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Today is the first time we're going to sprinkle in a guest, and it's somebody you are very familiar with. It is your double play combo partner, Jazz Chisholm. And, you texted me that he's in. You said, but the man is going to bring some serious swag. So I just want to get all jerseyed up for it. This is the lone piece of swag that I've got is my Big Papi 500th homer commemorative necklace. Will this work or no?
I think so. You're gonna be right where Jazz is. Like Jazz is a guy who always bring the swagger, always have his necklace out, and we wanted to be himself. Really excited to present what this kid brings to the table on the team, on the field, off the field. A lot of confidence, a lot of good vibes from Jazz, and you guys gonna love it.
All right. So truth be told, we had to record Jazz a couple of days before opening day. And just so that people have got their timeline straight, Miguel and I are talking right now at the top of the show, right after you guys lost your home opener 1-0 to the Tampa Bay Rays. But what was it like just being back in a stadium with fans? Was there a different energy in the place on Thursday?
Man, yeah, an opening day full of emotions, like from early in the morning when you wake up, you play games that it matters, that it counts, and you're going to play in front of the fans after a 2020 year that it was kind of long. I know it was a shortened season, but you was waiting for a long time to get back on the field and seeing the fans in the stands. It was amazing. The atmosphere in Lone Depot Park now, not Marlins Park anymore. It was amazing. I have to tell you about like the feelings that you always get before an opening day. Those feelings are never going to go away. Those are butterflies on your stomach the whole morning. You feel like you barely can eat. You can't wait until this game starts because you want to do something on the field, all the work that you put on in the offseason. But I'm glad that it's over with because now you can focus actually on playing in a long season and refocus your energy just in playing baseball games and just trying to win baseball games.
So it was interesting for me. I was obviously super excited, but this is the first time that I've done this since I started the Chris Rose Rotation. Right. And listen, you're a father of two, so you're not going to love your son and your daughter any differently, right? You're going to love them both the same. So for me, it's like I've got 6 kids that are playing Major League Baseball, and I had 2 of them going against one another yesterday because you were staring down the barrel of a Tyler Glasnow 100-mile-an-hour heater. Did it even register with you that, my God, I'm facing another member of the Rose Rotation?
Yeah, I did. And for a second, I didn't see so many pitches of him. It was just 4 pitches. So I saw on my first pitch, I was trying to get a cheap fastball there, like sometimes he throw 100, right? But sometimes the first pitch, he's trying to get a strike and it's not 100, it's 96. And I got a 96 mile per hour, but it was like kind of open in and I kind of jammed myself and I hit a pop-up. But Glasnow was on his game yesterday, man. Like, hey, I can't even tell you, like, he was barely unhittable. He was almost a no-hitter through 6 innings, whatever he pitched. The only hit that we gave him is a ground ball to third base. That if Yandy Diaz throw the ball clean to first, it's an out. So he was on his game yesterday. It was really fun to go against him. But I don't want to see him again in a long time. Hopefully, I don't see him again this year.
So it was hilarious because you said, usually he throws 100, but I got a 96-mile-an-hour heater. Can you guys tell the difference between 96 and 100?
Yeah, of course. That's that when he's up to 98 and plus, you don't have that much time to react. when you have a fastball between 95, 96, even 97, you still got a little bit more time to get your head out, you know? When the ball start going at 99, 100 miles per hour, it's like it miss your barrel way too easy, you know? Like it's really hard to barrel a ball when it's coming that hard, especially with his angle and the ball, the way that he throw the ball, like it got like this natural cut to his fastball. It's really hard to barrel the ball. So that's why you're seeing a lot of soft contact, you know, and going along with his breaking ball it's really hard to make an adjustment on a 100 mile per hour fastball.
Plus, he's got those flowing locks, Miguel. I mean, his hair. I mean, there's no other pitcher who's got prettier hair in the league than Glasnow. So he's like 6'7", and the hair's flowing around. You're like, it's almost like a Hollywood movie. Like, dude, just enough, dude. I've had enough.
I know it's a really good flow right there that he got going for sure.
It does. All right. So there was a lot of interesting stuff that happened opening day around the world of baseball. You had Miguel Cabrera hitting a home run through the snow and then, diving into second because he didn't know if it had gone over the fence, which was crazy. You're close with Miggy, aren't you?
Super close. I've been working out with him the last 3 or 4 years. Actually spending a lot of time with him in the off season. I know his character. I know the way that he go about his business. I couldn't be happier for him and for his family that he got the homer, the first at bat. After a couple of years he's been just in the Canadian DH spot. I feel like down years for him just because he got us used to those monster years with 40 plus homers, 120 plus RBIs, and triple crown and all that stuff. But I see Miggy just hitting that ball with the wind, the snow. I don't know if it was raining or not. So, and that ball opposite field, his signature homer, it was amazing to see. And then the way that he was running around the bases, it looked like a 19-year-old guy.
You're going to have to get on him about that. And then something else that was interesting that happened in one of the later games. You had the Astros playing in front of fans really for the first time. And out in Oakland, this is what happened when Carlos Correa got plunked.
Carlos Correa is hit. So he'll take first base. And that'll bring up Jordan Alvarez.
Well, they wanted to go inside, and the look by Correa, I don't know that, they've got to be thinking about, the fans and their chance of boos and all that, those things happening, but he's got a lot of padding on his left side.
All right, so we know the whole story. Fans have not forgiven the Houston Astros. Players?
They probably. I don't think fans will understand a lot of the things that players does. We got the opportunity to talk to them. Personally, I got a great relationship with Jose Altuve. We hang out together at my place, on his place in spring training. And we talk about the facts behind all that happened, and I know for a fact that they sorry about what happened, and they kind of feel that they shouldn't done that, but it's already done, it's already happened, and they let it happen. But at the end of the day, I believe that those players, if they come to a situation where they're gonna be close to a situation like this again, then they're not gonna put themselves in that situation. Fans are not gonna they're not gonna let it go. It's gonna be a bad thing for the sport going forward for a long time. But I really feel the players know better now. Even maybe before, because it never happened before that incident. They let it happen, but now going forward, we know for sure where the line is. Before we don't have a rule, we don't have people didn't really know what's cheating, what's not. What's like stealing a sign from second base, what is translating the sign from second base to your hitter when you got the sign from the catcher. Then where's the line? Where we stop? And something that it happens that I didn't like was the using of technology into all of this, because it's not baseball. It's not what we play the game for. But at the same time, someone someone have to stop that. And it was that moment where I'm grateful that it stopped right there, because I don't know where it could go for a couple more years. I don't know.
Okay, so you said that you're good friends with Jose Altuve.
Yeah.
And he's been one of my favorite players, ever since he came up. I think he was right about everything that's right about the game. It's Jose Altuve, right?
Right.
Did you have to look him in the eyes and be like, Jose, what happened? Because, like, you understand how difficult this sport is, and you know that it's not right when somebody's trying to get an advantage. Like, did you need him to explain to you, like, dude, what's going on?
Yeah, like I say, man, we got an opportunity to talk in private, in person, with not just with me, but with a couple more players, and we talk about it. Like he was completely honest about what happened, and I will keep it private, whatever he said to me. But at the same time, I know he was honest with us, and that's why players get to kind of forgive what they did in some order, But at the end of the day, it was wrong, Nothing right and nothing good about the situation. It was wrong, but I'm a believer that people need and they, I mean, they can be forgive, 100%.
Well, I don't want to get into your conversation. That's between you two guys. But
Yeah.
was he apologetic?
100%.
I'm sorry.
100%. Yes. So that's why when you meet up with someone like him or any other guy that he was part of that team, I mean, now that he played against us, I think it's a big deal when you play against a guy for 16 or more games during a year in your same division. We didn't even face him that year, I think. So, yeah. Or those 2 years. It's a little bit different for me to understand, the pain of others. I can only imagine how the Dodgers feel, and all the other players from other teams that they feel that they got something taken away from them, Mm-hmm. It's different. I'm in a different position because I'm a friend with the guy, and it's really tough. I'm never gonna just giving the back. I always gonna be there for him if he needs help, It's a friendship, and people commit mistakes, and we all can be forgiven, for sure.
Yep, that's how you bounce back from those mistakes, and there's 100%. No question, and that should not strain your friendship. I'm happy you guys were able to talk it out, and thank you for sharing with us and our audience exactly how that went down. We got Jazz Chisholm coming your way right after this. All right, I got to tell you something that my former colleague at the network, longtime Rockies GM Dan O'Dowd, is pioneering. It is called Win Reality, and it's virtual reality baseball and softball training. So I'm going to break down this game-changing training application. Youth players all the way up to your favorite pros like Judge and Goldschmidt and Yastrzemski, they're all using it, can now hop into VR with their Oculus Quest and load up one of Win Reality's 8 unique training modes that focus on pitch recognition, timing at the plate, or taking simulated at-bats. With over 300 pitchers to choose from, consisting of youth, high school, collegiate, and even professional players, you'll never go a day without being challenged. Whether you're just getting into the sport, have already been playing, and want to elevate your game, Win Reality is definitely here for you. If you're a parent or a coach and you want your ball player to gain confidence at the plate, Win Reality is there for you. My friends at Win Reality are hooking it up for the show's viewers, so gain access for their application 1 month free using the code ROSE at checkout. I guarantee that you're going to be blown away by this system. That is Win Reality. The code is ROSE. So go check it out right now at winreality.com. We continue on with the Chris Rose rotation here on Jomboy Media. And Miguel Rojas, since you're going to be working so closely with today's guests throughout the 2021 season, why don't you do the honors and introduce him to everybody?
Yeah, let me present you who is going to be playing around the second base back this year. I'm really, really excited about this kid, not just for the opportunity that it's going to be his first opening day, first opportunity to play every day in the big leagues, but the work ethic that he's been putting on behind the scene has been amazing this off-season and spring training. So I'm honored to present you my double play partner for 2021, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Now, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Miggy, for the awesome introduction. I appreciate you guys for having me on it, and I'm just excited for this year to get started.
You should be, man. Well, first of all, Jazz is not your full name. Give us the whole run.
Man, that's long. But it's Jazzrado, Prince Hermes, Arrington, Chisholm Jr. I have 3 middle names, so it's very long.
Wait a second. I heard Prince in there. So am I talking to royalty right now? Are you literally a prince?
No. I'm not literally a prince. That's just the name my grandma gave me because she wanted to add that in there from I was a baby. So she added that in there, and the rest is my dad's name. So
all right.
But I
it's
like
a long name.
It's the prince, like, and it goes really good with him, because Jazz is a guy who always bring the swagger to the ball game, and I mean, he played with that kind of, with that edge, and I think in one of your shoes you have the prince, right? And I didn't know actually until today. Like, I've been with this guy for a couple years now, and I didn't know one of his middle name was a Prince. It was Prince. So I mean, now I know why it's just the Prince, whatever, Chisholm Jr.
Yeah.
Hey,
there you go.
So, Jazz, you got traded from the Arizona Diamondbacks over to the Marlins for Zach Gallen, who is actually a recent guest here on the Chris Rose rotation as well. Do you remember the first time you met Miggy?
Yeah, it was at Marlins Stadium. I think it was at Marlins Stadium. I just got traded over, and I was coming to Marlins Stadium to do the Hurricane Dorian relief for the Bahamas. And that was the first time I met Miggy, and we talked a little bit, and he was like, hey, man, like, we traded for you for a reason because we wanted you here. And, like, from that day on, it was just like, me and him have been like this. He helped me work that same instructs. He came down after the season was done and worked out with me a little bit at shortstop. And I mean, like, I'll forever be grateful to have Miguel Rojas as the guy taking care of me for my first steps in the big leagues.
And let me tell you something, that first experience getting to meet Jazz, it was special because it wasn't just Jazz, a shortstop that got the opportunity to get traded to us, maybe the future shortstop in the organization and all that. But this kid is already trying to help his community. He's in Miami, helping people back home in Bahamas. And I know how important that is because I'm coming from Venezuela. It's special when you helping people in your country. So I was really happy to see that, not just from Jazz, but from another prospects, Ian Lewis. They came to Marlins Park. They introduced him to the fans, but they were helping people. So it's pretty special when you're coming from a different part of the United States and start doing stuff like that.
That's awesome, man. That's so mature for a kid that's in his early 20s. But Jazz, listen, I've known Miggy for a few years now. He's one of the sweetest guys I've ever met. I'm not talking about baseball. I'm talking about life in general. Was there a part of you that was a little anxious because here you are, the shortstop, the young shortstop that's going to be the future of the team, but here you are talking to Miguel Rojas, who is the current shortstop. You never know how that stuff's going to go, Jazz.
Right. And like I said, like when I met Miggy, it was just that he was so kind-hearted to help me. And like his first words were basically like, hey, you're going to help this team one day. It could be that you're going to be the future shortstop, or you could be playing second base or any other position. But like, he just took me in and it just helped me. Like, he's so genuine on and off the field that it's just so easy to go out there or talk to him and at any time, about life or baseball.
Miggy, though, when you get in your 30s, man, they're looking to replace you in this sport. You know that.
100%, man. And you know what? This is the things, the beauty about baseball. When I got to the big leagues, I got there when a lot of guys have a couple years under their belt. Like I got there when Henry Ramirez was in his 30s, and Juan Uribe and guys like that. And you start realizing that this game is gonna continue to go forward and continue to get moving. And one day you're not gonna be playing shortstop, but you're going to be helping others getting better, and that's one of my things. Like, I got to the big leagues and I wasn't an everyday shortstop. I was a player that plays different positions, you know? And when you got a guy like Jazz with all the talent that he brings to the table, who can run, who can hit for power, who's going to continue to develop his hitting abilities, who can really play shortstop, but, you know, he's able to play another position right now early in his career. But I got to the big leagues being an everyday player, a utility guy, not being an everyday player. So I told Jazz, hey, bro, if you're ready to play shortstop, I'm able to move to any other position because I know how to play like any other position. So now he's going to be my double play partner playing second. Who knows what's going to happen 3 years from now? You know what I mean? Hopefully we can both be in this organization winning championships, and that's what it matters, right?
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome. So you are from the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
How does a kid from the Bahamas become a fan of baseball?
My grandma played professional softball, so she really got me into baseball. You know, and that's why I feel like she always named me her prince, because when I was born, I was her youngest grandson, and she was just like coming out of professional like softball, so she would be around more. And she retired in like her 60s. I don't know, like she was 60 when she like stopped actually like playing, like slow pitch softball at the end of her career. But like when she started like stopped playing, it was more of like time with the kids and her grandkids. And I was the youngest one at the time. And she would always take me to the field every Saturday, Sunday, Friday. And we'd go hit baseballs, play catch, run around the bases, everything that you could possibly try to do on a baseball field, we'd do. And I mean, it just made me fall in love with the game, you know, just going and after games, sitting down, watching the Marlins game or watching the Yankees game, whichever one was on in the Bahamas after, and just talking baseball with my grandma. You know, it made me fall in love with it just because she loved it so much. So it made me love it even more.
Wait a second.
Now, let me ask you a question here. Now that you made it to the big leagues, right? Like you're here, and now is your focus or your goal to be the best Bahamian player that I ever played the game, so you can honor your grandma?
I made a deal with my grandma when I was younger. And like, cause she's always a person that's very spiritual, and she would always say like, one day I'm gonna be gone, so keep on going, you know. And I always made a deal, and I said, well, you gotta keep pushing until I get that Hall of Fame plaque, because that's all I want to be, is like be a Hall of Famer. So I know we don't have any Bahamian Hall of Famers yet, and I want to be one. I think the closest we got is probably like Andre Rogers, and like he's probably the best player out of the Bahamas so far, which I'm planning on breaking that, but definitely want to become a Hall of Famer before my grandma's time, you know, just to show her that her baby made it.
All right. So when you told her that you are the opening day second baseman for the Miami Marlins, what was her reaction?
Where's my ticket? Where's my ticket? And I was like, I'm sending it right now. So she'll be here on opening day for sure.
That's awesome.
So look,
great to know, bro, that your family is gonna be here.
That is awesome.
They definitely will.
I need to circle back though. You said she was still playing softball in her 60s.
Yeah, I mean like slow pitch softball.
But still,
it's not like, I mean, yeah, she could still hit a little bit, you know, like she's really athletic. That she was playing still, like until she was up to 60 is probably her last year. But like she could still, like, she goes on jogs right now. She's like 78 and she still goes on like jogs and stuff like that. So I don't know. She could probably go out there and teach me still something with the bat. You know, she's always calling me and telling me how to hit. But she probably could still go out there and throw me BP or anything, honestly.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. For sure.
So Miggy, what is it like when Jazz walks into the clubhouse? Because you can say, I mean, I love the hair, I love the bling. He's got the great smile, but he's still just a kid. So what is it like when he's walking in?
Yeah, well, he can tell you that it's not every single day. It's not easy on him in the clubhouse with a lot of veteran players that we have. You know, we have a lot of guys on him every single day, and one of them is Jesus Aguilar. You know, and he get that tough love from Aggie. Aggie is kind of not really like letting him feel comfortable right away. You know, like you have to earn your stripes. And we know, like, hey, Aggie is one of the guys that he always tell him, hey, Jazz, keep those change out, like we want your personality here. But at the same time, you need to know that, I mean, it's not going to be easy to stay in the big league. So, I mean, it's a balance that we're trying to keep on Jazz, because he's a guy full of energy, full of swag, and we don't want to lose that. But at the same time, I think he's getting a lot of tough love from a couple of the guys, for sure. Right?
100% Aggie. Jesus Aguilar, 100%. He definitely is the one with the tough love. Walk in and he'd always be like, hey, like, I want to see your change. And then as soon as it's like, I take a pitch and I look like I get a little frustrated, he's like, hey, it's not going to be easy. Swing the bat. Like, it's just like, he's always on me and he always shows me like the right way. And if I don't go around it the right way, he'll let me know. Miggy will let me know, and we'll fix it right away. But, it's always fun when I walk through the clubhouse. I'm wearing something out of the way, something light, something bright, something colorful. I'm going to wake up everybody if it's in the morning. It's going to be loud and fun.
100%. Hey, can you tell the people what's the bet that you got with Aggie this year?
So the bet with Aggie really is that I was hitting in the cage and I hit like a pop-up to the top of the cage. And he said that in the first 2 months that I'm going to hit 185 with 5 home runs with that swing. And I said, all right, I'll take that bet. And I will hit 300 with at least 15 to 20 by then. I'll get him. But that's my standard, So me and him have that big significant difference. You know what I mean? But so like he's the one that keeps me pushing.
Here's the thing, like Aggie is trying to make Jazz to cut his swing off a little bit, especially with 2 strikes, like in the big leagues, you're gonna get exposed, and there these guys, if you got this big swing that it's gonna look good in the cage and in BP, you're gonna hit those balls out of the ballpark in the second deck. But I understand what Aggie's trying to do behind all of this, He's trying to make a young kid understand that when he's short and quick to the ball, he's gonna get more results. So there you go. I think the bet is not that you're gonna hit 185 if you say that you was gonna hit more homers than him by the end of the year, right?
Oh, that too, yeah, that too, that too.
Wait, yeah. Hold on, that too, because Jesus could swing it a little bit, man.
That's all right. I trust myself.
Guess what happened after that happened in the morning? Aggie went to the game and went 3 for 3 with a double, a homer, and a base hit, and he was a triple shot of the cycle.
It really was.
Brother. It's gonna be hard.
It was, and I was assuming I was just a little 1 for 3. I was like, I'll take this day. You can have this day.
Hey, so Jazz, are you a shit talker or no?
Only when it comes to me, really. Like when it comes to me, I'm never gonna back down from any challenge. As soon as you tell me something, I'm like, all right, we're on go. But like, if I'm not like already being talked to, I'm not gonna start it. But I'm there. I'm gonna be there cheering everybody on, and then if someone rolls over, I might put a little Cocoa Crisp in there somewhere, a little fly out or something, just to make a little joke or something. But like, it's just a lot of fun, and I love playing with these guys. I don't feel like I would have got this atmosphere anywhere else.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love your personality. It's all you keep being you. You do you. So I'm curious, how do you decide the dye job on the hair? Does it change?
We will see opening day. Let's just say that.
Okay. First thing first, like, hey, I need to know beforehand what you're gonna do with that hair, because
Sandy asked.
Probably not gonna.
Sandy asked for it.
Well,
Sandy asked for it.
Sandy asked for it. Okay, so, here we go.
So if Sandy
I'm guessing already that it's gonna be something like blue or something like that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully it looks good, man. Hopefully it looks good, because
hey, you ever seen me look bad? Already. You've never seen me look bad, Miggy. Come on.
Well, yeah. You're right.
Well, actually, Miggy, I don't know if you've seen his model layout that we've had. Have you seen, the man has been on magazine covers. What do you, Miggy, you're a guy that likes your style as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I got nothing to say, but I gotta say, if I'm making the magazine, Jazz wouldn't be on it,
Wow.
That's my personal. That's my
You gonna
personal
put-
thing, like, yeah, I mean, that looks good right there, like I'm happy for him, but my own magazine, I don't think Jazz will be on it.
Look at that. Look
That
at
picture, that
that.
picture looks good, right there. That picture looks good. It's
The
just, I
swag.
mean, I would have waited until like you, like a couple of years like down the road, and I'll put you on my magazine.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm fine
I'll
with
give
that.
you that.
I'll take
Whatever
that.
it is.
I'll take that. But what do I have to do this year to get on your magazine?
Well, you know what you need to do. Just
All
do
right,
your
say
job.
less.
Stay healthy the whole year. Help us get to the playoff. That's all I'm asking about. You know what I mean? And then you can be in all the magazines that you can and you want from this time moving forward.
So Chris, I'm hearing if we go and kill it this year, the Marlins go kill it this year, that I'm gonna be on the face of Miggy's magazine. Is basically what we're saying.
Deal. That's my bet right there.
I heard it. I'm just saying I heard it.
5.
So if listen, Miami's got amazing shopping. I mean, my wife has been running credit cards down there ever since the Super Bowl was down there a few years ago. I'm still getting charged. So if we were going out on a shopping spree and you were going to help me get swaggy, what would we do?
Ooh, I mean, we can definitely go downtown Miami, go to the design district, and we could literally go crazy down there. It's crazy down there with the swag, the shopping, a little bit of a Louis Vuitton, a little bit of Stussy, and some Jordans, some Air Max. I could put you in some drip, man. I could put you in some drip.
I like it. Yeah, I agree with him because in Miami, like you have to look good, man. But you gotta keep the wallet open. That's a big thing,
Yeah.
Keep working hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
I just turned 23.
And so you came to the Diamondbacks in 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were a teenager, just like Miggy when he came here from Venezuela.
Yep.
Were you terrified when you came over here?
No, because I already was playing high school in Kansas, and I have a lot of family that lives in Florida already. So like I was always in the U.S. in and out playing tournaments and doing all my things to try and get as scouted or recruited from any team by then. So it wasn't really terrifying because I was always on the road, mostly like not even with my parents. So it was already like I felt like it was just time, to really go out there and do my own thing.
You went from the Bahamas to Kansas?
Right. Tell me about it.
Come on. What was
Tell
that
me
like?
about it.
It's a big
Tell
jump.
me about it. Tell me about it. I'm talking about snow in May. Like first year, snow in May. And it was
Have you
terrifying.
even been to Kansas, Miggy?
I went to Kansas one time to play against the Royals, but it was a 3-game series.
That's not Kansas.
That's not Kansas. That's
Missouri.
Missouri.
Not Kansas. That's Missouri.
Okay, what are you guys talking about then? What part of Kansas?
The state.
Wichita?
The state Kansas.
Or something like that?
Wichita.
Yeah.
Wichita.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
where I went to high
close.
school.
I was close to go to Wichita maybe 1 year because the Marlins were supposed to go there for a AAA team,
Mhm.
before all the pandemic hits and everything. Our AAA team supposed to be in Wichita, so I think I was gonna make a trip there, so to open the ballpark, like I mean for the fans and stuff like that. But that was the closest that I got to that. The
That's my stomping grounds.
Really?
That's my stomping grounds.
Oh,
Yep.
you probably was gonna be there like the
last year,
like the big time, last year.
Trust me,
AAA.
the stadium already had opening day sold out.
For you?
Wow.
I went to high school there, and I was doing really well out there.
So
I
now
didn't know.
So now
Yeah,
are
all
you
the
like a
colleges and
Kansas
stuff.
Jayhawks fan and stuff in college
No,
hoops,
no.
rock chalk, and oh, you're putting your head down. Why? Whoa, why did I hit? Strike a
Definitely
nerve?
not. Yeah, you struck a nerve. Definitely
What
not
happened?
a rock. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan because I went to a lot of the football games
Okay.
when I was younger, but I would not say I'm a Jayhawk fan or the Shockers or the Wildcats. I was always on a baseball team, looking at baseball teams, so I was more a University of Florida fan. growing up.
Got it. What about individual players, like baseball-wise, or teams? You mentioned you'd watch the Yankees and Marlins growing up in the Bahamas, but were there guys that?
In 2010, I think I met Hanley when he was with the Marlins coming up
Hanley
in
Ramirez.
2010, and I wore his batting gloves in the Little League World Series game that I played. The Hanley like HR2 batting gloves, the Florida Marlins one that he used to have.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear those when I was coming up in Little League. I wore those. I got those from him. The one time I came to the Marlins Stadium when I was like 12 in the Little League World Series. Jeter was one of them. Ken Griffey Jr. was another one. Cano was one. It was more like Carlos Gonzalez, like the lefties with the smooth swing was always like the guys that I would watch and like to imitate. And Jeter, because he was like the best shortstop in the game. So that's all I wanted to watch, like someone make plays at shortstop.
And when you met your boss?
When I met my boss, it was actually kind of cool. I was just like, dang, this is Derek Jeter. And I feel I've met him before because of Anton Richardson, who's also from the Bahamas. So I've met him before, but it was like, oh, you just told me you just traded for me. Dang, that's cool. But now I got to go play baseball. So can you tell me how you got where you're at so I can be there?
Did your hands sweat a little bit
No.
Well, because mine was sweaty when I got to meet Derek, like I couldn't help him, man. Like, I mean, it's a big deal. I was playing shortstop, you might wasn't that, I don't know, man. I was just exciting.
I was getting ready for a game and he just like snuck up behind me while I was hitting BP. He was like, what's going on? And I was just like, oh. He's like, well, I traded for you, so I had to come see you.
Oh, there's Derek.
So, yeah, so it was just like, oh, wow, nice to meet you again. And he was like, again, and I was telling him about the time I met him when I was with Anton in the Bahamas when I was 12. Again, all of this 12-year-old year in 2010, they had so many events in the Bahamas to do with like baseball and Jordan and Jeter. And Jeter was with Jordan, so he came down to the event. CC went down there, Johnny Damon. It was like a big Yankees softball Jordan event type thing, celebrity softball game. But it was actually like, it was exciting. The first thing I really wanted to ask him is like, how? Like, just tell me how to be a Hall of Famer. I'm going to do it. Like, that's all I really want to do. Like, just teach me it. Like, that's all I really want to do.
So do you have Derek's number? Because Miguel's got it in his phone.
Yes, I do.
Oh. Derek is a approachable guy, like really he's when he say my doors are open, is that he means that, like he cares about his players, he cares about the all the personnel that he have, and he's always available, man. Like, hey, he's literally a phone call away, like even if you don't see him every day around the clubhouse. He respects the clubhouse a lot, man. He knows what it takes to be an everyday player. And so for some players, like sometimes it's tough because you don't want to see your owner walking around the locker room. That's going to put a lot of pressure on some players because they don't want to see like who's making the decisions on top, just walking around and seeing everybody in the locker room. And like, he knows better. He plays over 20 years and he knows that that's your house. And you have to respect that. And that's a guy who's like, is really respectful with that, but he's always open to talk to anybody, man. Well, Jazz can tell you like how it is, man.
That's awesome.
Walk straight into the office. Open door, walk in.
Exactly.
Listen, you don't get, stars in your eyes when you see Derek Jeter, in part because you're repped by Rock Nation. So I saw some pictures. I saw you hanging out a little over a year ago. Chance the Rapper, all that. Now, for a guy who just oozes swag, was this a big deal or not?
I mean, it was kind of a big deal going there. It was a official like Grammy party before the Grammys. But it was actually cool to go there. It was cool to go there and hang around with the people that are just like us, and they're very approachable. Like, it's not like they're going to tell you no or anything. Like, you could sit down, you could talk to them, you could like have a drink with them if you want. Like, eating the little things that they have at those parties, the little cheese and stuff. Like, I'm not used to it yet. Let me get used to it. But I just call them little things. But like, everybody's very approachable. Like, you get to meet like people like Rihanna was there, and Beyonce and Jay-Z. All those guys were there. It's just, and you could stand and talk to them, and Diddy and all those guys. It was just cool to just be around people that, like, how people think of me and Miggy Rowe. Like, we're normal people, just like how they are. Like, I talked to a couple of them, and they're like, "Yeah, man, you could just call me anytime. Like, you wouldn't believe whose number I got on my phone. Like, it's crazy."
Making you jealous?
No, well, I got to opportunities like that, but maybe with Latin stars, like I got to know Mark Anthony. I got to know guys like in that, like, elite level. And like he say, man, they're the same, same kind of personality, like always open to know. I mean, we as a baseball players, they probably look at us at the same level as them, right? But at the end of the day, like they wanted to come to our games, and we wanted to go to their shows. You know what I mean? So we create a really good relationship there, and it's always amazing when you have the opportunity to, like this guy Anuel, right? I always like see him around in Miami, and I invite him to my games. He invite me to one of his concerts. So, and I know his brother like really personally, and like we had dinners together and stuff like that. And you get to the point where like kind of nothing surprise you anymore, like it's going to be really, really hard for something to surprise you. So you start like, it's hard when you lose that feeling of like something is not surprising to you anymore, when you meet people like at your level or what.
The only thing is different tax bracket. There's some serious cash walking around that room. I'm just telling you. Different world.
100%. Yeah.
Different world. Just want to let you know.
Definitely.
Hey, so you mentioned you've always had baseball in the brain, but I did see on your Instagram. How tall are you?
Right now, I'm 5'11" and a half, 6 foot.
Okay. I saw you throwing down. I'm just saying.
That's in jeans and designer shoes. That's jeans and designer shoes right there. You need to see me in some shorts.
So you're saying there's more to this?
Oh yeah, that's just a little something for the kids that was watching that I went there to talk to that day. That was in Arizona. We went to a Boys and Girls Club and just talking to them. And one of the kids just was like, "Hey, you play baseball, but can you dunk?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can dunk." He was like, "Well, you're a little bit too short to be dunking." And I was like, "I can dunk in what I'm wearing." You know what I mean? Like, I'm wearing jeans and these heavy designer shoes, but I could still put on I could get up there a little bit. So I just went and did it, and they caught it on camera. So I was like, okay, like I could do that.
Good for you, man, because that's one of my biggest dreams, like go out there and dunk. I mean, I'm a basketball fan and I love playing basketball, but I can barely touch the ring, It's crazy how these guys can do it. I don't know how they're so athletic. Have you seen Monte Harrison doing it?
Yeah. Monte definitely can dunk. Like he's putting down between the legs, windmill. I could windmill. There's one on my Instagram with me windmilling, I think. Yeah, it's like a video.
You gotta look it up, man. Go on YouTube and look up Monte Harrison from
basketball
highlights.
High school.
Wow.
High school, he was dunking on people. Oh my goodness.
So he's the best because in every clubhouse I've ever walked into, there's always an argument about who's the best hooper. He's the best one on the Marlins?
Yeah, I can give that to him. I can give that to him.
He's got to be the best hooper, 100%. And his brother playing in the league too. So
and his brother plays in the league,
Wait, who's his brother?
Shaquille Harrison.
The things you learn on the Rose rotation. This is good. Awesome.
I mean, after this, you got your homework, I did mine. Now you have to do yours. For next episode, you need to check it out. Monte Harrison highlights. There you go.
See, but here's the deal. Our editor extraordinaire, Rob Scirocco, is so good. He's already put it in this episode. So he will have helped us out. That's
okay.
Robbie's like, he's the guy I cheat off his paper. So he can do my homework for me. All right. So Jazz, couple of things before you go. I'm going to call this little segment. It's called Going Fishing because I can't come up with a better title. So I want to ask you guys a couple of questions about some teammates, and you guys will each answer. So Jazz will start with you, and then Miguel, you'll follow. The player on the Marlins who needs the most help with their wardrobe.
Jorge Alfaro.
Ding, 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 ding.
I knew he was going to
Man,
have his favorite.
It's crazy. I was thinking about it. I wanted him to go first, but I mean Jorge Alfaro. It's not about what he wears. I think what he wears is fine. It's just like you will see Jorge Alfaro wears sweatpants and a hoodie in Miami when it's like 95 degrees. You know,
and a beanie,
and a beanie, and a
with
pair
the
of
mask
sunglasses.
covering all the way.
Man, I don't know what to tell
like
you.
No skin showing
in Miami. So yeah, he needs some help, like picking the clothes that he wears in the morning, he needs to check the weather channel or
the weather
like
every day.
So same when we go on the road. When we go on the road, he goes crazy with the suits and the hat. I don't know, man.
And his suits do look great, but like just some days it'd be too hot to be wearing all them stuff.
100%.
Yeah. Check that channel. Call Mike Trout. Mike Trout knows all about weather, so you could just call him.
Okay.
All right. Which pitcher, Jazz, thinks he could actually make it as an everyday ball player?
On our team? Sixto Sanchez.
I kind of agree. I kind of agree with him. Yeah, go ahead. Why you think Sixto?
I mean, Sixto is the only pitcher that I feel like will come in VP and try to take ground balls at shortstop with me every time. Like he wants to turn double plays. When the PFPs, the pitcher fielding practices, you see him take ground balls. He's like, I got the quick hands. And then he like flip it over. Like, I mean, he does have a good glove, but he really thinks he could be an everyday shortstop.
I agree. I seen Sixto taking grounders and fielding his position. And for a guy who looks like him, like he doesn't look like a guy who can move really well. He moved really well, like under that body is really good hands and really good quick body. But I gotta say, Anthony Bass, the guy that we just got, I know he's a reliever, but first thing before he even say hi to me, he came to me and say, "Hey Miggy, can I have one of your bats?" Bro, what do you want a bat for? If you're hitting in one of our games, I mean, shit hit the fan, because I mean it's not gonna be a good situation because we don't have anybody else. You need to hit in the bottom of the 10 or something like that because you have to throw 3 innings. What do you need a bat for? But yeah, I mean, I'm messing with you guys. He's a guy who I think he can. He think he can hit and he can help us offensively too.
Yeah, it might be another one of those 29-10 games, and y'all just have to kind of get through it. Could be one of those.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll move on. Last one, the teammate most likely to be found hanging out at the Clevelander during a game on a day that he's not scheduled to play. Who is that, Jazz?
Jazz Chisholm. 100%.
Here we
Like
go. Just breaking unwritten rules. That's what he do.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna give it to you, man. Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
One day that Donnie, let's say the first day that Donnie tell him, "Hey, Jazz, you're not playing tomorrow. We're gonna give you a little rest here." Okay, Jazz is in the Clevelander.
Gone.
So I guess the Marlins are lucky that you don't play left field because you'd be in there peeking through the wall the entire time, wouldn't you?
100%. What do you mean? I'm definitely back there. Like, hey, anybody back here? Like, I'm back there 100% every day.
Oh, to be 23.
I know.
So, Jazz, you've been awesome. We also play a little game. It's time right now to spin the wheel of moderately interesting things. So we've got 5 different topics on the wheel. Here we go. You guys can each answer, and today it is Get Up Here. Okay, so that is the call to the big leagues. How did it happen? Jazz, we'll start with you, and then Miguel, you can follow up.
Oh, my call to the big leagues, I was at the alternate site, and it was September 1st, Jonathan VR just got traded. And I was playing at the alternate site. And they called me and they called me in the office and I just had a good game. And like, they're just like, they already called me in the office like 5 times this week. So I was just like, oh, they're just probably going to tell me, keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm doing great. Like they always have. So I just like drag into the office and they're like, hey, go pack your stuff. You got to be in Miami in an hour. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? He's like, this is your call. So enjoy it, love it. And like from there, I was like calling 25 people at the same time. Like, you know how FaceTime, you could add a lot of people to calls. I was like, 1 on this iPad, like 25 on this phone, like this other phone, got to put another 25. And I told everybody at the same time while I was packing up my locker, trying to get to Miami in like an hour and a half before everybody started practicing.
Anybody cry?
No, maybe my grandma. That's the only tear I probably could see. My grandma and my mom. My little sister too, surprisingly, that she cried.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was exciting.
Iggy?
Yeah, when I was going actually to Seattle to play against in Tacoma to play in a AAA game. So in AAA you always like fly really early in the morning. So I've been up like since 4 a.m. in the morning. We took the flight from Albuquerque to Tacoma. So I was playing for the Dodgers at the time. And when we got there, we got to the hotel. So, we always like line it up to wait for the keys to pick up the keys. And the manager of that team at the time he came to me when I was waiting for my keys. And he told me, hey, you gotta follow me. We go to my room. Well, I mean, I was expecting something else. Like Jazz say, I wasn't expecting the call at all at that time, like I didn't know what was going on. He was probably to tell me, hey, I'm probably going to start playing a little bit more in another position because I was playing all over the field. Well, to make it short, I went in the elevator with him. I followed him to his room. And right there, he gave me the news that I was going to the big leagues that night because someone else got hurt. So he actually did it that way because nobody could have known because it was a move to be made, at the time. And he told me to keep it quiet between my teammates. They don't want anybody to know. But I was really excited, and that was the way that it came. I went to my room. Jock Peterson was my roommate at the time, and Jock was already sleeping because we got there around 11, and our bus to the field was at 2:30. So he was already sleeping. I wake him up and I told him, hey, you can't tell this to anybody, but I just got called up to the big leagues, man. I'm so happy. That's why I need to pack my stuff. And I called my grandmother, my wife, and people that I love, my agent. And I told them that I was going to the big leagues, the closest people that I could have told. But one of the most the happiest news that I got in my life, for sure.
It's awesome. Did Jack just roll over or did he give you a big old hug?
No, he was happy for me. He gave me a hug, but he was so worried about catching this snap to be ready for the game at night.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jazz, boy, it was great getting to know you, man. I wish you the best of luck. You're in good hands with your double play partner here. But of course, when you're here as part of the Chris Rose rotation, you don't leave empty-handed. So, Don, tell him what he won. Jazz, for being a guest on the Chris Rose rotation, you get to choose a pair of Jordans from Miguel Rojas' wardrobe collection. They're yours to keep, or at least to rent. Enjoy.
What? Thank you.
Hey,
thank you. I'm excited.
Congrats. Just let me know. Just let me know what pair of Jordan you want, and I'll give it to you for like a week or something like that.
I'm gonna wear them every day. I'm gonna wear them every day.
Jazz, you're a great kid, man. Keep
you guys for
having fun and
me.
keep smiling, man. And don't forget, more homers than Jesus, okay? I want to wear him out when I see him.
Hey,
I got you.
We gotta bring him as a guest if that happens, by September or something like that, when we're doing something for the playoff. We bring Jesus Aguilar here. Hopefully something like 35 to 37 or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I take that. If that happens from those two guys, man, we're moving forward.
for sure.
Great.
For
Thanks,
sure.
Jazz. What a great kid, man. He is.
Yeah,
I mean, he oozes confidence, but he's so likable.
Yeah, it's special because so everything that he say, he back it up with actions too. You know, he's not just that the talks, but he don't go out there and work. That's why it's not hard to root for him and like want him to do good. So that's a special kid that we got there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. As we've been doing our second turn through the rotation, we've had each player breaking down a different division in which they do not play. So today you are going to break down the National League Central. Are you ready, my man?
Let's do it.
What is it? Was that a beer?
Yeah.
Cerveza?
A little cerveza here.
Oh, okay. We don't have to say what kind unless we end up getting a good sponsorship out of it.
Hopefully we can get the sponsorship.
I'm just on that high quality H2O diet because I still got to lose a few pounds.
Nice. Good for you, man. Good for you. Keep it up.
I'm trying to still be sexy after 23 and a half years of marriage,
That's the best thing that you can do, man.
I apologize to my wife every day when she wakes up and looks at me.
Every single day that she get to see you in the morning, like waking up.
Because my wife is a wonderful person. Hopefully one of these days you'll get a chance to meet her in person.
Hopefully.
She's just beautiful. She takes such good care of herself and she eats right. And she exercises every day and she looks great. And I look like this.
No. I mean, she's other than happy. I gotta say that she's really, really rich in love because I can tell that you take care of her even the way that you think you look, but you look great. And you're a special man. You're a great human being, man.
You're gonna make me cry. Man.
All
right, let's get to the National League Central before I start tearing up and need to talk to my therapist afterward. All right, first question: does adding Nolan Arenado make the Cardinals the team to beat in this division?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if Nolan is gonna be enough for these guys to take care of the Central. I think a Cardinals situation with the outfield kind of scares me there a little bit. And we've been playing against the Cardinals in spring training a lot, and you're seeing their relievers. You have to count on these guys in the back end of the bullpen. I don't know how Hicks is gonna be after the injury. He didn't pitch much in spring training. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I still believe in the Cubs, to be honest with you. I think the Cubs are gonna be good in that division. I see something there that is that not a lot of teams have, which is confidence and a group that's been playing together for a little while, and they have something to prove. So I don't think the Cardinals are gonna. It's gonna be so easy for them to take the division like everybody's expecting.
I love the Arenado trade just because I hate talking about what was going on in Colorado. I think that was so terribly mismanaged on both sides. I didn't like it. So I like that he's in a new place and in a great city and all that sort of stuff. I'm actually going with the Brewers. I obviously love the back end of that bullpen with Williams and Hader. And I don't think Hader was great last year in a shortened season. I think he will be better. I actually like their rotation.
The rotation is it's not bad. I think they got a pretty good arms over there.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. Woodruff and Corbin and Hauser's not bad either. And then you get some veterans at the back end of that rotation. It's always the if question. Guys can stay healthy when you're talking about veterans, particularly a guy like Brett Anderson, who has never been healthy, but he's got that awesome curveball and all that sort of stuff. If they can just get some innings out of the 4 and 5 spot, I think they'll be okay. So I think it'll be interesting.
I think it's going to be an interesting division for sure. Yeah.
No question. Next one, better chance of a bounce back year, former MVP and your former teammate Christian Yelich or Javier Baez?
Yeah, I think Yelich 100%. Because nothing against Javi. Javi, I think, is a player that he's going to be, but it doesn't matter if Javi hit 200. He's going to find some ways to help the team win, and that's why I don't really care about what Javi hits for average. But at the end of the day, man, Yelich is a way better hitter than what he chose last year. He was struggling a lot at the beginning of the year. He was striking out a lot, and that's not him. For me, Christian Yelich is gonna return to his MVP caliber seasons. Playing in Milwaukee for a full year is gonna help him. and going away from his division is going to help him too, playing on other teams, not just the same couple teams every single day. We have to play a lot of the same guys last year. And that was tough for hitters. But at the end of the day, I think Yelich is going to bounce back, and he's going to have one of the great years that he used to have, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here. First of all, Baez is not going to have a 599 OPS. We know that's not going to happen. He's going to be better. And I don't know exactly what has transpired since he finished second in the MVP voting. His play has dipped a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the lack of a contract extension or anything like that. But he's going to be better. But yeah, I'm with you. And to me, the thing that was most surprising about Yelich was I saw a stat where it wasn't that he was chasing pitches. It's that he was missing pitches in the strike zone. And guys that are that good usually don't do that, right, Miguel?
Yeah, that's 100%, and I agree with you. I don't know what happened with Yelich last year, but it has to be something technical. I think one of the things on his swing got off, and when you're playing 60-game season, you're playing catch up. You have no time to really go into the cage and say, okay, I'm gonna give this a try for a couple of days. You're trying to go, man. You're trying to make it to the playoff. You're trying to help the team that day. And like I say, he was striking out way too much for the kind of hitter that he is. So that tells me that he was kind of searching for something on his swing that he didn't let him be himself, and he was missing a lot of pitches in the strike zone. Because, like I say, I play with Yelich. I know the kind of hitter that he is, and he's not a streaky hitter. He's gonna be a guy who always gonna find a way to get a hit or two every single day, and then when he pick it up and put it together, he's gonna do damage.
All right, next question. The NL Central, of course, produced the Cy Young Award winner, Trevor Bauer, who has since then moved on to the Dodgers. So the pitcher with the best chance of making it 2 in a row in that division in the Cy Young category, who do you think it is?
Who I think is going to end up winning a Cy Young is Hendricks from the Cubs. It's like kind of...
Really?
Yeah, I think he's going to be kind of like Greg Maddux kind of pitcher, He's going to win a lot of games for his club. He's going to end up having a low ERA, and he's going to be in the conversation. And I think it's going to be good for baseball to have a guy like him, like winning a... That's
not overpowering, right?
It's not overpowering at all, but the guy know how to pitch. That's why the team having as an ace of that starting rotation, and it's gonna start opening day. And he was game one pitcher for the playoff last year. He pitched against us. We just got to him later in the game. In the 7th, we scored a couple runs and we won the game 2-0. But you could have seen the way that he pitched for that game. He didn't make any mistakes until like later in the game where we clip him with a double or something like that. Aggie hit a homer against the reliever. There you go. We win 2-0. But that's the guy that I think he's gonna, before his career's end, he's gonna win a Cy Young.
So what is it that makes him so difficult? When you say he doesn't make mistakes, are you constantly trying to outthink him? Is that what happens?
No, the thing for me, the thing that he have is he got 2 pitches that it looks the same, but the velocity is the gap on the velocity is way too far, which is the fastball and the changeup. So he got this fastball who got a 2-seamer action, which is like a sinker that he throw between 86 to 89. And then his changeup can go between 78 to 81, 76, something like that. So, and the pitch look like exactly the same. It's the same action. You think it's a sinker, but it's a changeup. And when you think it's a changeup, end up breaking your back. So that's why it's really hard to make an adjustment on this guy, because he can make the changeup and the fastball look the same. Plus, he got this curveball that he can use, and he throw it for a strike every single time that he wants. So that's my thing about Hendricks. He's really good with the fastball and changeup combo.
Very nice. Okay, good. By the way, just so I'm on the record, I think Brandon Woodruff's a guy that could win it this year. If he stays healthy, that guy's he's really interesting. I enjoy watching him pitch. Last one. Would you rather slide down the slide at Miller Park, the one that Bernie Brewer uses, or hang out for a day as a fan at Wrigley Field drinking cerveza in the bleachers?
I will pound beers in in Wrigley.
By the way,
100%.
we're looking at video of Tom Browning, former Cincinnati Red, who actually threw a perfect game. He went full uni, as you could see, outside of Wrigley. I think he ended up getting fined or something for that. But
man,
see, I would love to see you in full uni across the street in one of those, one of those high rises out there. Yeah,
man,
up top.
Tom Browning was my pitching coach in Low A, and I remember that guy. Man, is wow, unbelievable. It's wild too. Like that. What you see there. Imagine seeing like some kind of things like that every single day when you're like 17 years old in Low A, putting his like dipping his mouth right here on his top lip. Crazy. But yeah, I will take Wrigley over sliding in Millers Park. So yeah, Wrigley's a great ballpark to go and play. And when you see those fans over there, the atmosphere is amazing. It doesn't matter if it's Monday, if it's Thursday, if it's Sunday, I don't care. Like people really enjoy going there, and it's like a party every single day.
Speaking of parties, how good were Browning's stories? He must have had stories for days.
Really, really good stories. But at the time, like I said, you're like he's dealing with a lot of like youngsters, like he's there trying to be a great pitching coach like he was, right? But at the end of the day, man, like the things that you see around the clubhouse, it make you like kind of appreciate that you got a guy like him around you 140 games.
Oh, my gosh. All right, before we get out of here for the day, it's time to check in on Mrs. Rose's homework assignment. And I think Miguel did very well, so let's see what he did.
So in the last episode, Chris give me this homework that I needed to do. I needed to find someone who got a better sneaker connection than I did, and it's perfect because I have it in my own locker room. Gio Gonzalez, he's a Jordan guy, and I want to show you guys how many pair of cleats that I always dreamed to have. He have in his locker. Look at this. So Jordan 11s. Custom paint, look at this. The laces are ball green. I love this color. Look at this, clean, just Jordan 1s, all whites. This stuff is amazing. So let me show you right here. So these ones are the ones that I'm falling in love with. This pair is from a couple years ago. He told me that for Father's Day. Amazing. I love the blue. This will go crazy with our colors in Miami. So there is. That's the homework, and I found the perfect guy to show you.
I talked to the teacher. A++ is what she gave you. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Miss Rosie. There you go. That's what I did. It was easier for me because I got the guy and the right guy right before he made his announcement that he was leaving baseball because his body couldn't hold up with the mind. What an amazing story with Gio getting the opportunity to put the jersey that he always wanted to put on before he retired. So I mean, you always like have to respect those guys who like give it all to the game of baseball before they go away. Congratulations, Gio. Thank you for always being like a great, not just a teammate, but a guy who played for another team and he take care of others too. Like you always talk to him and ask for, hey, where did you get those pair of shoes? And the next thing you know, in your locker, next day is a pair of cleats from Gio. Amazing guy, great story, and I wish nothing but the best for him and his family going forward. Enjoy retirement, brother. Love you.
That's cool. Did he leave you a pair of cleats on the way out or anything?
He gave me like 3 in spring training, so I'm really happy with that, and I'm gonna wear them this year. So stay tuned. You guys gonna see it during the season.
So you're not like a size 17 and he's like a size 8 or anything like.
No, it was perfect. He's 11. I'm 11. I was like,
I'm 11.
I will send you some fire, like, I mean, I will take care of my people, like this show is not gonna end up like without me taking care of you, and you're gonna have to wear it with your shirt, I already did it with the shirt. Now
right.
I'm gonna put you on some stuff with the shoes.
I love it. Okay, so you ready for your next homework assignment?
What is it? I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay, so yeah, it's very easy. I don't even think you need to write this one down.
Okay.
Before the next time we see you, you guys will be hitting the road, including a road trip to go visit the Mets and one of our rotation buddies, Trevor May. So while you're in the Big Apple, you just have to do something New Yorkish. That's all. I mean, maybe that could be hanging out with a peanut vendor, getting a little video of that outside of the hotel, just taking a look. If you want to walk through Central Park and just take some video of it and
that's a
talk
good
to
idea.
do you like going to New York on the road trips? Because you do it 3 times a year.
Yeah, New York is not my favorite city in United States to visit, but because I don't like a lot of people at the same time and walking around. I'd rather go to San Diego, I'd rather go to places like that where you can you can do a lot of different stuff. It's not that busy, the vibes of the beach and stuff like that. It's more like Miami, and I hate the cold weather, so I don't like going there late in September or anything like that. So I'd rather stay in my room. I do like some stuff from New York. So pizza and Italian restaurants and stuff like that is really good.
Okay.
So I'll give you something really cool for the.
Well, don't overthink your homework assignment, but we do want to push you to get a little outside of your comfort zone. Hey, that's okay. Maybe I just feel like lying in bed today, but because I've got my homework assignment, I don't want to disappoint Mrs. Rose, and so I'm going to just run out there for 15 minutes and do something New Yorkish.
100%. If the COVID restrictions allow me, I will do it.
Yeah,
100%.
That's true. And by the way, we're always about adjusting on the fly. You got to sometimes you got to call an audible. So if you have COVID restrictions, we appreciate that. Maybe instead you could dress up as a bellman and deliver luggage for an hour. It's
or I might give you a video from my phone from maybe I get a really nice room and I give you a tour on my phone. So I don't know.
Now that's inside thinking. That's inside. And that's what we love.
I got you.
It's creativity. Hey, listen, it was great getting to meet your double play partner, Jazz, a fantastic kid. Season is off and running, my friend. We're ready for the marathon, okay?
And looking forward to play with this kid around second baseman this year. And I'm way more excited than what you think I am for the season to start and show everybody that the Marlins are here to stay,
I love it. Miguel Rojas of the Miami Marlins. We'll see you again in a few weeks here on the Chris Rose Rotation, produced by Jomboy Media. Big shout out to our guy working the board and editing extraordinaire, Robbie Scirocco. Great job as always. All right, Miggy, stay healthy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, brother. See you soon.